So here is the tier list for Hitman 2 Silent Assassin. Like I said, I am doing all 0 runs for the YouTube video. Just letting you know I'm doing all 0 runs on my Twitch. Watch my Twitch channel if you want to see some run attempts. It's going okay. I've got the missions all straight down, but obviously getting that is a pain in the fucking ass. But I did want to do this. I did find this the other day, and I did really wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on what makes a good, what is a good Hitman 2 mission, and what's a terrible Hitman 2 mission. So right off the bat, I don't like this. Yeah, we're gonna add one more. Add a row below, and it will be a. Make it purple. Nah, we'll make it blue, and we'll do this in transfer stop motion. I really wish I could do much stop motion, just like go in the room in my house. So here we go. So Anathema, I call it Anathema, but it's called Anathema. So right off the bat, this is a S rank mission. I feel like Anathema itself is it pretty much sets the foundations of what a good Hitman mission will be. Unfortunately, Codename 47, we didn't really get too much of those. Yeah, you can say tradition of the trade, but Anathema, there is a lot of things that are being brought over to the newer games, such as Sapienza, it's Paris. It actually reminds me a lot of Vintage Year. So Anathema really does deserve to be on top. It does have a negative flaw where the guards are more paranoid than others, which does make it a harder mission at some cases. In other ways aside from casual ways. So if you're trying to do something new, it's it can be frustrating, but otherwise the good actually outweigh the negatives. So it does deserve to be an S tier in this case. Graveyard shift. Let's go in order. I feel like that's the best way to do it. So next is stakeout, and I was just gonna get that all set up here. Sorry, I'm also tired, guys. So if I'm saying and a lot, that's just how I am at the moment. So Hidden Valley, at the gates, Shogun, basement, graveyard, Jacuzzi, murder. Yep. And ironically, didn't include Sanctuary of Gontranno, which is fine. So we got St. Petersburg Stakeout. I would say this is a solid A tier mission. It may change, it may fluctuate to a B, depending on my mood. But the reason why it's A right now is because it's a good mission. It's iconic. You snipe the target, and it's like I said, it's the whole Diana talking to you on the phone, telling you what it is. It really does set a good. It really is a good mission. It's a good, straightforward mission. It's an easy mission. Definitely a step up. Definitely a difficulty easier than Anathema. But the problem is that this mission is placated to a sniper mission. Rather, if you want to do the speedrunning route, you can't shoot the guy. But obviously, this mission was not created for this. So actually, you know what? This will be dropped down just because of how linear it is. Music. Yeah, music. You got a good point, Peter. I will put this up. The music. Anathema does not have a specific soundtrack. But the St. Petersburg maps do have a specific set of soundtrack. Whereas Anathema uses the general music in the soundtrack. So you know what? St. Petersburg is pretty iconic. I will put it up there. Nothing actually too negative. Like I said, just it does tend to focus on the sniper aspect, which is cool. You know, it gets the new player to try a sniper in this case. And it's not the only sniper mission, which we'll bring up later. Kirov Park, definitely S tier. A lot of choices to do with this mission. You can car bomb, you can snipe the guys, you can infiltrate the park and fiber wire, pistol shot them, whichever you need to do. Very cool map. It's a small parkette, I'd say, and it's some streets. Definitely, it's actually, I think it's one of the bigger ones, aside from the bigger St. Petersburg maps. No, I take that back. Stakeout is big, but it's still pretty big nonetheless. The sewer system's not that complicated, and it's really, really good mission. I really like the Kirov Park, and yeah, it's definitely a unique one out of the bunch. Tubue definitely is the worst of the St. Petersburg missions, just because of how linear it is. I feel like a lot of the problems with this mission is that it is a point A to point B mission, which you do have to navigate to the outside of the map. You need to navigate to the sewers if you choose to do so. Navigate the bottom, the basement, and then the second story basement. There isn't really much to work with here, unfortunately, and there isn't much freedom. You can disable cameras, there is some cool aspects actually. You can disable cameras. You can use the bomb. Use a bomb to escape, but otherwise they are quite gimmicky and they don't really add much to the mission. So I would place this as a you know what? Let's fuck it. Let's place it as a C. C. It's good, but it's nothing special. I wouldn't remove it, but it doesn't really add anything to the game. Invitation, definite S tier. For those who played 2016, you can definitely see the influence of this mission to the Paris mission. I feel like this is one of the stronger missions too, where you can poison the target, you can shoot the target, you can knife them, you can do whatever you want. Cool scenarios such as the interrogator and the ambassador, so you got a VIP aspect of it. Lots of shit going on in this mission, and yet it's actually one of the most simpler missions in the game, one of the easiest actually, because you can just sneak it with suit only. So it really is a fantastic mission. I'd say it's now either I can decide either Anathema or Invitation is better than one another, but I'd say they're both my favorite missions of the game, hands down. Tracking Hayamoto, a solid D. Two problems with the mission. The target itself is very stationary, and the disguise system is absolutely broken in this one, which in the Japan mission there are problems with the disguise system. Sure, the chef's disguise does work, but the guard one is just it doesn't work well. Every time you use it, they always shoot you. You can't infiltrate the mansion further than the kitchen itself, and there's no fun ways to actually kill the target without having to either exploit the game or you have a high knowledge standards. So from a casual standpoint, this mission is not good at all. It's actually, I think it's my least favorite, but second least favorite. The least favorite is coming up right now, which is Moon Valley. I'd say remove this mission from the game. Overly difficult, utterly broken, completely unfair at times. They killed the stationary guard and the bottom from that one checkpoint, which is frustrating, especially for some who doesn't know how the rating system works. Look, if I know, and if I get an alert, it's not a big deal. I can avoid that. But otherwise, Hidden Valley is a pain in the fucking ass. No fun way to play it. Only valuable way to play it is by doing the truck glitch, which, in my opinion, if they just stuck it, if they made this mission simple, just go into truck, infiltrate it, and then get out, this would be, it would be like an easy A to C tier. At the gates, I like this mission. However, it's better than two-way in my opinion, because there is the generator part, which I kind of like. The generator part is definitely interesting aspect. You get to explore the outside quite a bit. You get to explore inside quite a bit, and it's just interesting mission. Some people do get frustrated with finding the last generator. I found it pretty easy. It's not that difficult to search for it, especially if you have the disguise and just stay away from other guards. You should be okay. Otherwise, I do like it. It's not a bad mission, but yet again, it doesn't really add too much to it. So maybe I'll put it as C rather than B in this case. Shogun Showdown, solid A tier mission. Reason why it's not S is because the disguise system is once again broken. Inconsistent mechanics in this mission. That's definitely, it makes it easy. However, there are multiple ways to beat the mission. You can scare the Hayamoto to come downstairs. You can blow him up with a bomb. You can sneak him as a ninja. You can take the silenced 22 caliber, which is located in the bottom. Cap him in the head if you'd like. You get to see Mei Ling, whatever her name is. Very cool map, very interesting to say the least. However, like I said, the mechanics kind of do make the level kind of frustrating in this case. So I think it's a solid A. Otherwise, if the mission was a little bit more consistent like the other missions, it'd be more of an S tier. Basement killing. This is a solid S tier mission. Actually, solid S tier, I'd say. The only, actually, you know what? It's kind of frustrating because I'm not sure where to put it, S or A. I would put it as A, actually. A in this case would be the limiting factor. It is quite limiting to one route, which is either fireman route, because otherwise those two guards that are sitting at the bottom, covering the door where Charlie's brother is located, is hard to move as if you're not doing speedrunning strats, so, or distraction strats. So it is a limiting mission. However, it is a good mission. I do like it. You can do the pizza boy strat, fireman strat, or even some sneaky strats, if you like to put it that way, distraction strats. But otherwise, like I said, it is quite limiting, so it can be frustrating as a casual player to try something new, which is why I will be S tier. Graveyard Shift, another infiltration mission. You find out that you killed the wrong brother, so you need to catch the real brother. I would say a B. B is so I compared it with At the Gates, where At the Gates, while it is interesting, the guard mechanics are kind of fucked up. The disguise mechanics are kind of fucked up. Here you get a solid mission where you need to get the IT guy to move to the coffee room from a casual standpoint. You can either infiltrate the IT room, get the IT guy to be sedated. But otherwise, it is quite linear a little bit. But there is quite a few things you can do. Quite a few different weapon choices. And it is quite interesting too, because it is one of the missions with lack of music. So I'd say it's a solid B. I may move it down to a C, but I think a C, B, C for Graveyard Shift is good. Jacuzzi. I have a problem with Jacuzzi Jobs. While it is worthy of an A rank mission, however, there is one fatal flaw in this mission. Well, two major flaws. One, it's pretty fucking linear. It's actually linear to the fact where you just rearrange. You pretty much like take the same route, but you can switch it. So, say for example, you wanted to get the statue first. Okay, you can grab the statue, or you can grab the money first to rob him, and then turn off the lights. Now there is different outcomes. So say you want to steal the money without turning off the lights and trigger the guards. You can get the guards to come up, or you can get the maintenance guy to come up. But the problem with this mission is that it's kind of broken in some aspects, especially with like the dark mechanic, like because the guards don't cooperate well when it's dark time, because they'll see you, they'll ignore you if you're wearing a disguise, but if you're wearing your suit only in the dark, they will shoot you on sight, like as they're seeing in the dark. So it's kind of buggy. I personally wouldn't rate it higher than A, now that I think about it, but it's definitely better than Graveyard Shift. Quite a few options, but only if you're really experienced in the game and you really have a solid understanding. There is potential, but from a casual standpoint, it's really, really limited. Very limited, actually. Murder at the Bazaar. This is definitely a solid S rank mission. Basically, you start at the marketplace, small map, condensed, but it is a really nice map. You get a nice little bazaar section, you get a nice little town section, village section, town section, whatever you want to fucking call it. Marketplace towards the end there. You got a guard you got the target that's moving, that has a VIP, which is something that they added on to the newer games, but they don't rely on that, which is a problem in my opinion about the newer games. And then they have the guard that's hiding in this tower, in this building, that's just chilling up there. I think it's really cool. There's a lot of things you can do. There isn't really a set standard for the mission, so you don't have to like snipe the guy or shoot the guy or poison the guy. You can do whatever the fuck you want, but there is a lot of options, a lot of opportunity to kill your targets in that mission. And the music is banger. So, Murder at the Bazaar, definitely S. Motorcade. I love this mission, but I don't hate it as well. One problem: this mission is definitely very limited. Interesting target choice. It doesn't walk. It doesn't stand in one spot. It's actually a very quick target that comes and goes. So what's annoying about this mission is that if a casual player doesn't know and they just start climbing ladders, they trigger the motorcade to come, and they're like, what the fuck, how did I trigger it to come? So it's very inconsistent how it comes. I wish there was a timer, maybe, for a casual standpoint. You get to use the M195 sniper rifle, which penetrates windows, which is pretty cool. But again, if you don't have an understanding of the game, like for example, shooting the convoy will stop the convoy from moving, so you can get a clear shot. When I first played this mission, I actually tried to shoot the target while it's moving. The fucking pain in the ass, man. Even on normal difficulty with like multiple saves, pain in the fucking ass. Limited mission, very cool design, but in my opinion, it wasn't perfectly executed. So there's that. Tunnel Rats. This mission, I don't like. I do not like at all, man. I never really liked this mission. I don't know. I just find the whole it's a story mission, right? You're trying to get the nuke for Sergei's for Sergei, and that's pretty much like the it's pretty much a story driven mission, and quite frankly, it's kind of like it doesn't really add anything to the mission. It's good and it's interesting. The guys hold up in his bunker, and the whole map is restricted, which is pretty interesting. But once again, you don't really have a lot of freedom to perform your mission in this case. So it is a very meh mission in my opinion. Temple City, this one is interesting. I really like this. I actually really like this mission, but I don't think it's that great. Like I don't think it's A rank, so I'll put it as B. The reason why it's B, it's because it's I don't know actually. Now that I really think about it, actually really is a solid mission. You get to talk with Smith. He tells you the situation. You have multiple targets, so you have multiple ways to kill these targets. If you decide to smuggle a shotgun, which is a pain in the fucking ass, but you can do it. The only downside to this mission, I feel, is the. So you kill 2 assassins, right? But there's also the third one, and then there's that follows you, which can be a pain in the ass if you don't know how to deal with that specific. And I remember dealing with that guy when I first played, and it was frustrating. But the map is cool. I do like the whole like purpose of the map, having 2 different assassins. It actually reminds me a lot of the Berlin mission in Hitman 7. So I think this is kind of similar to that actually with the ICA agents. I think it's the ICA agent. I don't fucking know anymore. But definitely a good, solid addition. Flawed in many ways, unfortunately. Just the lack of direction, and I remember when I first played this, I just had no fucking idea what to do. I like I said, killing the 2 targets is easy, it's straightforward, but then the set 3rd target, and then you see the 4th target and 5th target, and you wonder like, what do I do with them, right? Confusing as shit, bro. Confusing as shit. Death of Hannelore. This one's actually a good mission. I definitely do not hate this one. I do not think it's S worthy, but I think it's maybe A. It's either hovering towards A or B. It's a good mission, but there is something holding it back. And yes, I know what is holding us back. I feel like the doctor's building is too restricted. I feel like there could have been a better way to infiltrate that part. It's actually a problem I had when I tried to do the suit only. It's like it feels like it funnels into like you have to be a patient. So it's kind of linear in that aspect. So you know what? I'd say it's a B. So because when you're a guard, you can't come up. You can take care of her. And then there's also that closet shit. Death have a Hannelore. Has nothing to do with this. Oh yeah, you got a good point. It really doesn't. You know what? I'm gonna look it up right now. Death of Hannelore. I'm gonna look it up here. Death of Hannelore. It really was. I know you have to kill the cult leader because I think he was like doing some shit with the nukes. But wasn't I think she was a supporter of the cult leader. I think that's the reason why. First target of the cult. So she was a part of the cult, which again, was she the leader? Was she gonna take over the nuke, you know? it's yeah, it does raise a lot of questions. It was kind of yeah, it's you got a good beginning, very restricted, right? You have to get a disguise either or sneak in from the underground upwards, get a patient's disguise, because that's the only way you can go through. You can use a guard's disguise, but it is kind of broken, and suit only, fucking forget about it. You're gonna have a fucking hard ass time with that. And it's not what we're looking at in the video, even though it's a pretty detailed video. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to read the briefing again. Maybe I'll explain a little bit more. Alright, on to the next one. Terminal Hospitality. Definitely a solid, you know what? This is actually a pretty fucking good mission. This is actually a fucking good mission. I actually really like this mission. I think the whole idea of infiltrating the hospital, either becoming a doctor, a guard, or even trying to sneak in. Well, actually, no. Sneaking inside assassin suit only, fucking forget about it. But the doctor and the guard, and then you have to turn off you can turn off the lights. You can use the ventilation system to kill the cult leader. And there is and it's a pretty good fucking hospital. There is a hospital room. There's a lot of rooms that are actually unfortunately not being used all too much, but I feel like the whole getting in and getting out is really, really, really cool build up in this case. And there's that little like temple in the far side of the map where you pick up a sniper, so on and so forth. They give you a lot of shit to do in that mission, so I say it's pretty fucking solid. Actually, it's like I said, all these missions like relate to some other mission that they've redone, like I don't know what they're fucking called. Citus Invertus in the 2016, the Japan mission, Hokkaido. That was a really, really, that was a good, I'd say that's a good inspiration. But, on to the next one. St. Petersburg Revisited. Vaidasani. Kinda. I would say it's more towards the old man, the old guy who who recruited you. I don't even know the fucking story anymore. Okay, so St. Petersburg Revisited. Now, a part of me says that this mission doesn't really add anything to the story. However, this mission does. It is quite unique in a way where you're kind of fighting like yourself. You're kind of fighting your mirror. Someone of you. So it's actually a decent mission if you think about it. I don't want to say it's an S rank or like an amazing tier map, but I feel like the idea is pretty cool. I like the whole idea where you're given a blank sniper rifle, you know, just kill the guy, you know, whatever, and then you try to shoot the guy, you try to shoot Sergey, you come inside, you realize he's a cutout, and then what the fuck? Then you realize there's something else going on. And you find out that 17 is the one hunting you down. Or if this happens before, and you realize 17 is shooting you, you know, then that's when you realize like the plot twist. It's actually a pretty good fucking plot twist. Would you say it's a plot twist? I don't know what it is. Climax, fucking cares. But it's a pretty good mission. However, it is very limited. There isn't much you can do. The only stuff you can do that's different is on a New Game Plus file, which then again, there isn't really too much, because even if you kill him in the building, you have to come up in the building and identify the body, get out the same way, get his disguise or whatever, and then go to the train. Whereas if you're like experienced and you want to fuck around with things, you can lure them outside with tricks, but I don't count those because they are I don't even call them exploits, but they are neat little tricks to get them outside to do something different. So it's a good mission. I think it does add to the story. I think it is a well-deserved mission, but I don't think it's worthy of an amazing mission. Redemption at Gontranno. I don't know. I like some people like those shooting missions. I fucking despise them. I feel like with a game that you spend most of your time being all stealthy, it's kind of annoying that you're taken away from that play style and forced to do a shooting. You can technically do a stealth style, but the way you've been learned is not by killing people, it's by sedating them, and then you don't have that much sedatives, and you can't kill them. You have to kill them to progress to the mission. So it is kind of annoying. Oh, and don't even get me started on the fucking aimbot snipers. Those fucking piss me off, bro. That pissed me off when I speedrun. That pisses me off when I played it casually. That pisses me off when I'm even just trying to fuck around with this game. It's fucking annoying, bro. So, yeah, there it is. Definitely the best missions of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Out of the 20, if you don't count Gontranno, that's a 19. I would say, actually, would that be 2/3? No, that's a little bit more. It's a little bit more than 2/3. Not half the game. Half the game is like 10, 11 missions. But the fact that I say like there's only a couple stinky missions here, like tracking Hayamoto, Hidden Valley. In all retrospect, every single